By being able to take cost off the bottom line, it creates profit. And if you look in certain sectors, there's immense pressure, cost pressure, as companies are under pressure to compete and win business. If you can remove cost from your business, it means that you can continue to operate profitably. Improvement in service. Even though the economy is tight, customers demand greater and greater service. So they'll look for price and service for a balance. What they won't accept is poor service, even if they're looking for a cheaper price to pay. By being able to run the organization in a much more lean fashion with control, what you're able to do is to keep and sustain the service levels with your customers. That is critical to retaining customers and growing your business. And finally, visibility and control. Within a large organization where the workforce is in the field, you don't have visibility of what's going on. In running a tight organization, what you need to do is to know where your employees are, what work they're doing, are they running on schedule, are they running late? Can you rearrange the work that they're doing in a more optimal way during the day to react to changing events that are occurring? And that's important because literally it's about making every minute count. At the beginning of the presentation, I said that we were a market leader. Of course I would say we're a market leader because I work for ClickSoftware, but independently our position is validated by leading industry analysts such as Gartner. So as you'll see on these two slides, Gartner is an industry analyst firm. It operates on a global basis, and what it does is it operates and measures a number of industry magic quadrants, where it has a number of criteria in the order of 200 factors which it measures different organizations in different market sectors. Click is recognized in the workforce management space as being a leader and visionary. As you can see, our position has been strengthened over the course of 2009 to 2010 compared to the market sector. This is because this is all we do. We're the largest independent vendor purely focused on service optimization. We have over 200 customers worldwide, enterprise customers, where we have more than 200,000 technicians around the world where we are optimizing their day and driving efficiency. Now, it is a very, very complex environment to operate within. And by bringing this experience with our partners, what we're able to do is to ensure that you can deal with the complexity to drive the efficiency which is necessary to get profit in the business and sustain profit in a tight market. Within the field of mobility, Aberdeen Group, another global analyst firm, benchmarked the workforce management mobility space. And again, Click was established as a clear market leader. Now, mobility is important within workforce management. It's important for a number of key things. As you move to optimize your business, you have to enable your workforce to operate in real time. That means you need to empower your workforce. You need to empower your workforce with data, and you need to enable the workforce to interact with the rest of the workforce, i.e. to manipulate other times for follow-up work. If you don't do that, if you don't empower the workforce, then you are always operating in a non-optimal way, because you'll create your work plans at the beginning of the day, you'll issue your work plans, and it will be very hard and very costly to respond to changes, ringing down, chasing down engineers. It is absolutely critical that you look at workforce management as a complete end-to-end capability with the mobile empowerment of the workforce as well as real-time optimization as well as preparation. So what do we mean by supply chain optimization? Well, first of all, not looking at your work, not looking at do you have a 40% pre-planned, a 60% pre-planned, or a 20% reactive, or an 80% reactive. What am I doing on the day? Companies that take control of time start their journey probably about 18 months to 2 years ahead of today. Because what they're doing is that they're starting to analyze and predict what are my projections for my business over the next 12 months, 24 months, 36 months. So modeling out how they see their business growing and changing over time, by geography, by work type. Now you will have people in the organization that are starting to do that. You do your annual budgets. But you need to use tools that will enable you to model and bring together input from all of the organization. Not just, these are my historical figures on maintenance loads. Here are my installation projections. But input from marketing. I'm going to introduce new products. Those new products will have an impact on your performance of your business. So you need to start to build up your projections on workloads. So the forecasting components enable you to do that. Bring data in from different sources and create a common view of what your workloads are, your projections are. Now, having created those, and you'll have multiple views. You'll have, this is my view over the next 2 years, this is my view over the next 6 months, maybe 6 weeks, multiple within the same environment. But once you've projected out your workloads, the next thing you have to do is you have to determine, do you have the resources necessary to achieve your goals and objectives? Do you have the right people with the right skills in the right parts of the country able to meet your workloads? Now, quite clearly, if you can make decisions now on your strategy for the next 12 to 18 months, you as a management team, you will start to make decisions on, okay, we have gaps. We have gaps because we do not have the right trained people. We do not have the right number of people. Okay, do we look at using subcontractors? Do we train? Do we hire? Do we move people around the country? Do we perhaps change our work plans to enable us to stay within our operating resource budgets? So these cycles of what-if analysis helps you as a management organization to understand and shape your service delivery organization in advance. The next component is, for those organizations that don't just work 9 to 5, is how do I know that I have the right number of people working at the right time of day to ensure that I can meet and service my needs of the service organization? So shift rostering, intelligent shift rostering becomes a very important aspect of your business. If you have too many people on when you don't have sufficient work, then you're burning money. You're just wasting it. Those hours are not being productively used. Likewise, if you don't have enough people on, when you have your projected peaks, you're under-resourced, you're going to pay again. You're going to pay either with slipped work, poorly finished work, overtime, use of subcontractors that you don't need to do. So modeling out and then managing those shifts is an important element for any organization. Now, the key thing is that it has to be an integral part of your service delivery rather than a series of disjointed applications where you then have to try and draw the data together to make any sense of it. Then you come to the period of service. Now, if you've taken these steps, when you come to the period of service, whether that be on the day or perhaps over the next 4 weeks, what the real-time optimization algorithms will enable you to do is to start now matching the work to the resources. Now, this is complementing your upstream systems, whether they be ERP systems, CRM systems, whatever's managing your work processes. What we're doing is that we're taking that work with the customer parameters and we're optimizing it and feeding that back into your upstream systems. Now, this is done on a number of levels. It's done on a number of levels over different horizons. So, for example, you'll have algorithms that run clustering algorithms. Clustering algorithms will be looking for association. Well, if you're going to have somebody at a location working on a plant at a particular day, what other work could be done? What could be brought forward and backwards within its preventative maintenance cycle to enable that person to do 4 or 5 jobs on one visit rather than coming backwards and forwards? What if you were going to a particular area of the country and you were going there on a Friday? Well, the system could then recognize, well, in actual fact, I have repeat work on the Monday and I have other jobs on the Thursday. Let me bring these together, as long as the SLAs and the arrangements permit, so that I can do 3 visits to 3 customers on the same day rather than going back to that village or that town